Like I said, we can have the big tip blonde over here, then we can have the buff
Right.
China girl over here, then we can have the guy with the porn stash over here. Like there's a room for everyone.
Exactly. I mean, I always say it that wrestling is and should be a buffet, a little bit of everything for everybody.
It gets so bland when it's all the same
Awful.
bullshit, whether everyone's doing high flying or whatever. So with me, like when I wrestle, you'll see me doing more so gimmick,
Mm,
character, and like Greco-Roman style. Like like more, would it be, hey Nathaniel, would it be more Southern style? Yeah. Yeah, I just think like that style because I feel like it needs to be a build because Nathaniel said it's more so like a lot of our coaches describe it as I'm a worker.
that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, I'm proud of it.
As you should be. So, if people have never seen you wrestle or even be a valet, what are three matches they should go out of their way and watch?
Okay, so everyone, a lot of my stuff, like I said, I've been involved with the business for a very long time,
Yeah.
but all my matches were with my schools. So I have none of my matches online. I took my schools very seriously. Rikishi made us sign a contract, but Funaki was more free and open at the time. But during my 2 years of training, I wasn't allowed slash didn't take any bookings on the indies. I took it 100% seriously. So I ended up in my wheelchair and developing CRPS. So I haven't been on the indies wrestling, but you guys can see a lot of my content as a valet when I was out on the indies. And now that my doctor's monitoring my sickness, hopefully you guys will see me wrestle this year.
Well, for those that don't know what your sickness really is, can you touch on that for us?
Yeah, of course. Thanks. So CRPS guys, so basically, after I did all these crazy stories of sleeping out of my vehicle, training for years, sacrificing, I was injured in the ring and put in a wheelchair and I couldn't walk. Um Basically, CRPS is complex regional pain syndrome and it's a sickness of the nervous system and there's no cure. And what happens is when you get injured, you develop the sickness.
Oh,
And so when I was injured in the ring, it activated this sickness and this disease. So there is no cure, and it is labeled the most painful pain a human can feel. And guys, it's very scary. It spreads throughout your body. I have it in my it went from my feet all the way up to my kneecaps now. So my doctor's making sure it doesn't spread anymore. But basically, complex regional pain syndrome is nicknamed the suicide disease
oh,
because there's so many the death rate is very high. When it is labeled the most painful pain in the world, it quite literally is. If my doctors pulled out the pain charts and cancer was on that, women going into childbirth without any medicine was on that, kidney stones, back surgeries, medical emergency amputation without medicine, and then CRPS is on there, and it is at the very top of the list. It is the most painful pain a human can feel.
wow. Uh,
And yeah, it's pretty intense, guys. And wrestling activated this disease. Wrestling, I was robbed of my first match, you know. I became a wrestler. I sacrificed everything. I did what you were supposed to do to become a wrestler, and then to be hurt and crippled the rest of my life and deprived of my first match. It was tragic. So now that I'm educated on this disease and now that I've taught myself how to walk again and now that I'm relearning how to run, I'm also now being monitored by my doctors and learning how to wrestle again. And
oh,
yeah, it's pretty emotional. It's pretty cool. We've been documenting it. I had a guy
congratulations.
with a yeah, thank you. I had a guy with the Discovery Channel come out and film. We're pitching certain ideas for pilots. Nothing's been
Oh,
lit yet, but the whole goal is to bring awareness to CRPS. It's like
right.
I don't want people to pity me. I don't want people to be like, "Oh, she's just using her sickness to whatever." No, I would have rather have been wrestling this whole time. I would have rather have not been facing the most painful disease known to mankind without any pills. Like I haven't been medicated this whole time. Like I went undiagnosed. I went through 13 different doctors throughout all these years of being in that wheelchair. 13 doctors did not know what CRPS was. And
Jeez.
this is far worse than cancer, and doctors don't know what that is.
Yeah.
So now it's like my life mission to make sure that every single doctor knows what this is and every single person knows what this is and no one goes undiagnosed. I lost years of my life. It wasn't just I lost years of wrestling. I lost my life to this disease, and doctors are like, "Wait, you've had the sickness for all these years and you haven't been given pills?" No, you haven't been diagnosed or given any liquid. Like people with this disease are hooked up to IVs and pumped liquid opioids so because it's so
Jesus.
painful, and here I am raw dogging it, and everyone's like, how are you doing this? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. I'm poor. I didn't know any better. I was like, I knew I was in pain, but I didn't know that was the worst pain a person could feel. I mean, I would have told you it was the worst pain, but I had other people telling me, oh, you're suck it up, there's people in worse pain than you, there's people that are dying, and then it turns out actually I'm dying.
Right. I mean, we all are, but you're doing it in a more painful way than anybody else.
It's like I'm actively dying and I'm feeling death every second. Even talking to you right now, I am actively in chronic pain, and yet I'm supposed to no sell it and be desensitized to it and just continue. If you Google my sickness CRPS, it literally says the things that you can do to combat this is what are the treatments? Find a support system.
Right.
Seek a therapist. No, no, dead ass. This is like, what can I do? When you Google things to medicines to help this, it literally says therapy, close loved ones, stay strong.
Jeez.
Here's the help number. It literally, there's nothing that can be done except here's some pills. Don't kill yourself.
Right. Well,
So here I am, like I'm trying to do it the organic way. I've gone. Everyone's like, why not just start doing pills? And it's like, well, I haven't done pills this whole time, so why start now?
exactly. Yeah, that's
Because
not
I see
the answer.
it's no shame. It's no shame to the people that do pills. There's no
Right.
shame at all. But I see my fellow CRPS brothers and sisters, let alone other people in chronic pain, and I see what the pills do to them, like the long term
Hmm.
effects it has on their organs, let alone the stereotype of what happens to people when it comes to opioid addiction. So,
Right.
I've been doing this whole time without pills, so I might as well not start now. So it's kind of like my doctor and I are looking into like we're right basically I'm organically writing a book about battling CRPS, bringing awareness to it, becoming a wrestler. I've been patenting the name wrestling with CRPS actually. That's like my brand. So it's kind of like a pun. It's like I'm a wrestler with CRPS, so I'm actually actively wrestling with this disease,
Right.
but I also am mentally and physically wrestling this disease. So it's a cool pun.
I love it. Well, thank you for bringing the
Thanks.
attention to that because again, like you said, if doctor don't know
Oh, thank
about it, then I
you.
imagine most other people don't know about it.
Yeah, thank you for giving me an opportunity to talk about it. Make sure you guys that are listening tell someone about CRPS
Yeah.
today. Like it really helps. Like there's no like we hear about cancer. Everyone clutches the pearls. Everyone knows someone that has
Yeah.
battled cancer, died of cancer. We know about cancer. Well, why don't we know about CRPS? This is worse. Like hello, like I'm not being dramatic. Like why the doctor charts are there, the science charts are there. These are doctors and scientists saying this. Why don't we know about this? There's no reason why I should have wasted away so many years of my life in that wheelchair battling this when I should have died. This is nicknamed the
Right.
suicide disease. And the people that are killing themselves have been diagnosed and have been given pills and they're still offing themselves. So how did I survive? I'm a very lucky statistic, and there's so many people out there that are not lucky enough, and I'm not going to say they're not strong enough because they're very fucking brave and strong, but not they're not going to have the same outcome as me. So we have to bring awareness to this, and it's so much awareness to us that maybe we'll find a cure, you know?
Right. We're almost out of time. Can you tell us your social media so that people can follow you and your journey on this and they can learn more about it as well?
yeah, guys, you guys can find me on social media under um page. You guys can find me Black Dahlia 47, but it's having me have like my shoot name as well. But yeah, definitely go give me a follow, show me love, and you guys will see me do this crazy journey and get back in the ring this summer.
Thank you so much for your time, and I really want you back on the show because I want to know how your journey's going in the future.
Totally, like definitely reach out like
Yeah,
come this fall at the earliest. Okay.
perfect.
Thank you for having me on, guys.
Thank you so much to Black Dahlia for being on the show. Again, I didn't know anything about CRPS. I didn't know that, how unfortunate it is for everybody who is involved and, who has it, and obviously incurable. But she's doing amazing things. She is on the road to recovery, and I can't wait to see what that documentary looks like. And I also can't wait for her to be back on the show. So definitely go follow her on the social medias, follow her journey, see what she's doing. And while you're doing that, make sure to also follow us on the social medias. It is Brewsers Pod. That is BREWSERSPOD on the Instagram, the Threads, and the Twitter. If you want to send us an email, it is brewserspod@gmail.com. If you want to follow me directly, it is Rody John. That is RODIEJON. Rody John is the name on the Twitter and on Untapped. In case you want to find out what I'm drinking, maybe we'll have a beer together. If you want to follow me on the Instagram or the Threads, it is official Rody John. So, until next time, make sure to enjoy life, drink local, and cheers.